NASCAR has a major controversy on their hand, and I don't think they realize they have it. I think that they have avoided the controversy by awarding the win at Kansas to Kyle Larson. However, I think that the photo finish that they showed us doesn't actually show Kyle Larson winning. Instead, it looks like they are almost exactly dead even, except that it looks like, I think that there is a glare on Chris Buescher's splitter that makes it blend in with the track. So it looks like there is a gap between Buescher's car and the start-finish line. And that gap is actually his splitter, which is almost in the exact same location that Kyle Larson's is when they hit that line. So before we get into this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at John Trent Racing. First off, let's take a look at this. This is from NASCAR. This is from a camera in the pits. We're not going to really be able to see anything, but you can see how really close it is in real time from the infield here. Let's take a look at this. And Buescher does kind of come back to him there. Obviously impossible to tell. You see Chase Elliott there on the outside, Martin Truex above him. So that one is almost impossible to tell. This is video from Fox NASCAR. This is the end of the race. This is the last lap. Let's take a look at this here. You can see Buescher made a huge mistake by giving Larson the outside, and then Larson kind of beats him up there down the finish. Almost impossible to tell right there. It looked like Buescher was kind of in the lead there. You see timing and scoring was giving him the win. You see the RFK Racing, his team is celebrating because it looks like he has the win. And then with almost a couple of seconds, NASCAR reverses this decision. You'll see Cliff Daniels, crew chief for Kyle Larson, pointing to an official. He then seems satisfied and he's got the win. And they reverse it. They give the win to Kyle Larson, and then they show us this finish here. It's going to be a little bit difficult because that visit spot snorts. But you can see, look, you can see that there is a splitter. You see that both Larson and Buescher have splitters, and you can see that Buescher is indeed ahead of Kyle Larson at this moment. As they get closer, Buescher is still ahead of Kyle Larson. They're almost dead even now. And then right there, I think they're dead even. They're absolutely dead even. Because Buescher's splitter is over the line. You just can't see it because it blends in based on that glare from the infield lights. Let's look at it again. I mean, they're coming across at exactly the same time. I mean, this might be the most definitive, and it's still almost impossible to tell. I can't even tell if Larson's splitter is over there, and it's really hard to tell if Buescher's is. There might be a little bit of a gap, but you can see how terribly they did the paint job on here. And I don't know if that's because there's an accident or what, but you can see almost the white is faded at the top of the track as well. And then there's clearly the change in the incline there that could be affecting our perception as well. So it's really, really hard to tell. I cannot tell here whether or not Larson won or Buescher won. And it's impossible to tell here. They're dead even. They're both over the line right there. That was like a split second. The initial ruling, Toby Christie reports that it was 1/100th of a second with Chris Buescher over Kyle Larson. And then I think on the Fox broadcast, when they were interviewing Kyle Larson, Jamie Little was out there on the track, said it was Kyle Larson winning by 1/1000th of a second. So here's another look. This is a GIF of the video we just saw. This might... they're both over right there. Really, really hard to tell. I think NASCAR and Fox did a disservice to themselves. I don't think this picture really proves it, especially when you have the technology saying that Buescher won, and then you're going to reverse it based off of this. I don't know if that is true. And then they did it within I don't know, 20 seconds. It was less than a minute that they reversed the decision at the track. So there needs to be, I think, a much better explanation. And then Fox just like immediately ended their coverage. They interviewed Larson, they interviewed Chris Buescher, they interviewed Denny Hamlin, and they ended their coverage. And I think they needed to stay on for this because I do think that this is a much bigger controversy. If I'm RFK Racing, I'm potentially protesting this. I'm figuring out something here because I don't think that this image here is definitive that Kyle Larson won the race. I just don't think it is. And I don't know if it tells me that Chris Buescher did. I just don't think it says who won. I think it's almost too hard to tell. And we're getting reports that the technology that they use from Toby Christie, he's one of the people in the NASCAR media, is saying that the official NASCAR scoring and timing had Buescher winning by 1/1000th, and you're going to reverse it off of photo evidence? I don't know. And again, I don't think the photo evidence actually shows that. I don't think it shows that Larson won. I think there's a glare off of Buescher's splitter there. I think Buescher's splitter is in almost the exact same spot as Larson's. I think they're at a dead heat right here. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Do you think NASCAR made the right decision by giving Larson the win? Do you think that they made the wrong decision? Do you think that they should have stayed with this and figured this out? I know you want a winner right away, but when you're this close, I think you have to really kind of take some time and get it right. And I feel like this is just another case of NASCAR trying to get out of there because they had the big rain delay already. They wanted to end the night. They just wanted to go away. We saw the Fox coverage like immediately leaving, and they just wanted to end it. And I think the fact that they do this consistently, I think is irresponsible. It's detrimental to the sport. I mean, it's going to get people talking about it clearly, but I do think that the ruling, we've seen this time and time again, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get like different contradictory comments from NASCAR, from Elton Sawyer as well. But again, let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.